My name is Seyed Moosavi. My parents have wanted me to create this so that my children and others will know my story to Evan. About 3 years and 3 months before the revolution, I was arrested and brought to Evan. I was tortured, whipped, beat beyond compare. Even though my body was frail, my mind stayed strong. I knew that one day I'd be free, and I knew that one day I'd have my revenge. I'd heard of revolution, and I knew that soon I would be free. Soon enough, I was. They wouldn't let us know, they wouldn't let us call, they wouldn't tell us, they wouldn't tell our parents. So I walked. I walked all the way to my parents' home, and there my mother was, waiting for me at the door. A few days afterwards, I got a job at Evan, and now I was torturing, beating, and killing the Savak agents. I guess it's a bittersweet revenge, if you think about it. I'm doing the same exact thing that they did to me. Soon after, the people have changed. Now that I'm torturing and beating, I'm torturing and beating my comrades. The people that I used to fight with, the people I used to be in prison with. But I promised I would never, ever disobey an order. I just can't. After all, this is a war between good and evil. Okay. Something has changed today. This woman, something about her was different. She was a prisoner that Ahmad had tortured. Just no matter how hard he whipped her, and no matter how hard he screamed, she just wouldn't give up the names. She was brave. She's different. She just wanted to speak. She looked me straight in the eyes and she said, "Stop what you're doing." But it's what she's doing. She wouldn't give us the names, so it's her fault, not ours. She'd asked to go to the restroom, and I brought her there. I waited outside the door, and something was wrong. In the pit of my stomach, I felt like something was just not right. So I ran in, and I saw her passed out on the floor. She must have hit her head on the toilet seat, because there was blood just gushing from her head. I didn't know what to do. I panicked. I brought her back to the interrogation room, and I just sat there and watched her. I had the doctor give her something to sleep, and I just sat there. She was so beautiful. I don't understand what's going on with my life, but I have a bad feeling that this may be a long journey for me, especially since this woman stepped into my life. Marina. It's such a beautiful name. I don't know what to do. Marina's on the execution list, and there's nothing I can do to help her. Why should I feel this way for a prisoner? It's strange, just this feeling of death. I don't feel alive anymore. It's heartbreaking. I tried to persuade Hamad to let her off the execution list, but he just wouldn't listen. I don't know what to do. There's only one thing. She's safe. I had gotten Amon's pardon so that her sentence would be a little, to say the least, diminished. She fought me after I saved her life. I don't understand what's wrong with her. I'm the one who protected her, and I'm the one who saved her, but still she fights me. She hates me for some reason. Sure, I'm an interrogator, but I'm not the one who hurt her. I would never hurt her. It's strange. I don't understand this feeling I'm getting for this woman. She's so different. I brought her soup, and then she just asked me to leave like it was nothing. I did what she said, and that's just not right for me. I hate to say this. I think I'm in love. I need to get away from this Marina. I need to protect her. I can't let Ahmad get his hands on her again. I've made my decision. I'm going to leave. She's in heaven, and I'll never have to think about her again. She's a prisoner, and she's Christian. It's just wrong. It isn't right. I'll go to the front and fight for my land, and never think of her again. When I come back, I'll change my life. I'll work in a different part of heaven. I'll work somewhere else, and I'll never see her again. I'm leaving tonight. I'm leaving tonight. I have a feeling Ahmad will be after her again soon. Marina. It's different even on the front. I can't get my mind off of her. I asked a good friend of mine, Mohammed, to take care of her. I just need to make sure she's okay. I hope it isn't too late. Damn her. Yet, damn myself. Damn myself for caring about her. I shouldn't allow myself to feel this way. I just don't understand why she makes me feel this way. I find it amusing. After all I've been through, after cheating death, I've cheated death again. I've been shot in the leg, and as painful as it is to say, I have to leave the front. Marina has been on my mind for the longest time. I still haven't been able to get her out of my head. Even as I was shot and blood poured from my leg, I didn't think about if I would die, or if I would lose my leg, or if I wouldn't be ever able to walk again. I thought of her. I thought, if I die now, I won't be happy. I would never be able to see her again. I don't believe my own words, but I think I'll ask her to marry me. I really can't believe my own words. I just can't get her out of my head, and I want her. And if I can't have her, then I'll make her want me. I want her to be mine, and I want her to be mine alone. My father always said to sleep on a decision, so I've decided to at least take his advice. So, I'll sleep, I'll rest my leg, and hopefully I'll make a good decision. It's so strange. A Christian. A prisoner. Could be my wife. She doesn't want to marry me. I don't understand why she doesn't, but she doesn't. I'm the one who saved her life. If she doesn't love me, love can come in time. I want her, and I need her. I threatened her. I told her I'd kill her family. I told her I'd kill the one I think she truly loves, Andre. I decided to give her a few days to think about the decision. I just hope she'll make the right choice. She said yes. Although I don't think that she'll really want me. She may in time. I told her how serious I was with my threats, but now I don't think I could go through with it. The thought of hurting her, in any way, physically or mentally, I just can't imagine. She doesn't want to tell her family, and that's completely understandable with the situation that she's in. But she cried as she said it. She cried as she said yes. I know they weren't happy tears, but I'll make her happy in time. I'll do anything in the world to make her happy, anything at all. I just hope one day she'll be happy with me. Marina is sick. I don't understand why she is. She's been throwing up and she has nightmares and headaches. Did I cause this? Am I the cause that she feels this much pain? I allowed the doctor to give her something to rest, and I think I need some rest myself. I promised I'd never hurt her, but is this the cause? Is this what I'm causing to her? Is this what I'm doing to her? She's in so much pain, I couldn't stand to look at her. if I'm the reason, I, I just don't understand. I brought her outside of heaven to see the outside world again. I'm sure that once we're married, we'll be going on these trips more often, but it was nice to talk with her. It was nice to see her. I brought her to the home that I bought for us. We went outside and watered the flowers. It was beautiful. It was perfect. It was like she was actually living again. Not in that prison, but as a family. I brought her back to Evan, and the next day I got her a solitary cell so that I'd be able to give her better living conditions and I would be able to bring her food. I guess the truth is, though, is just I want to see her more, and when she's in that cell I'll be able to see her as much as I'd like. It's sweet. Maybe one day we will have a family, and maybe one day she will love me. I'm a little tired right now, so I think I'll just go back to the house. Even though it's barren and void of life, I'm sure that it'll be full of life one day. I took her to meet my parents today. My father, he's a very good man. He sat there and asked her what she thought of her situation, and when she gave the God's honest truth, he agreed. He told her that if she converted, that he would give us our blessing. And she's decided to convert. I can't believe she's doing something like this for me, to give up Christianity and take on our religion. She even decided to take my mother's Islamic name. I'm the happiest man alive. This is getting serious. I think that soon I'll truly have my wife. Then I can finally say that I am truly, truly happy. I know I had promised Marina that I would do anything for her. I mean that. And I'll keep that promise, I never realized how hard it would be to keep it. She's asked to say goodbye to her church, and I know that Andre will be there. For the time being, I don't think this is a good idea. But I made a promise, and I'll keep it. I'll bring her there when she wants to. This has just taken such a toll on me today. I just didn't expect this. Today was the day of Marina's conversion. She's finally part of our religion. When she stood up on that platform and spoke the words, I felt proud. I felt happy. When I saw her, I just rushed over and gave her the chador that my mother had sewn her. She cried the entire time that she sewed it. It's just a strange feeling of being happy, and the even stranger feeling of being proud. This is such a big step. I know she'll be mine forever. Forever. I brought her to the church today. I knew Andre would be there, so I waited in the car. I couldn't stand to even think about looking at him. I don't know what I'd do if I did see him. I'd do whatever I can for her because I love her. I just never realized how hard it would be to keep that promise. It's the night before the wedding. I can't sleep, so I thought I'd talk a little bit. Tomorrow, I'll be a wedded man with my wife by my side. My family will be proud of me, and I'll be a completed man. The only thing I regret is that I guess I sort of forced her into this. Is it truly right to do this to her? Is my decision hers, yet her decision isn't mine? I'll be ready tomorrow. As for now, I just lay here restless. I know she'll be happy one day. I'll make her happy someday. The night we were together, I know it was rough for her, but she'll be happy. She'll just have to become accustomed to my touch. I love her. And I mean those words. I'll do anything in my power to make her happy. And I mean it. She will be happy one of these days. Today was different. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. She said she wanted to try. She asked if we could have my parents over for dinner, and I called my sister and my parents, and we ate. She made the food, which was delicious. Something had changed. She brought up one of her friends and talked about how she had been executed. I just don't understand why she would do something like that. I know I'm an interrogator, but I'm different when I'm around her. I'm not that cruel, heartless man that I have to be to do my job. She asked me if I killed anybody. I couldn't answer that to her. Of course I have. But what could I say? She screamed at me. She told me she hated me. And I just took her. She hated me and I hurt her. I promised I would never hurt her, yet I did. I don't know if I can ever forgive myself. I don't know if she'll ever be able to forgive me. I love her. I just can't believe I did this to her. I apologized for hurting her, and I said if there was anything I can do, I would do it for her. She said to help her friend Sarah, and I agreed. She saw my scars. I know that's something that bonded us, but I didn't want her to see them. She's going through the same exact thing that I went through with Evan, yet she has such an easier life than I did. We're bonded through pain. That's no way to be bonded. I've gotten some news that definitely worries me. Apparently there is a group that has been trying to assassinate some key roles in Evan, and I am one of those key roles. I just don't know if I should stay at home with Marina or if I should take her back to the prison and stay there with her. I guess as my father said, sleep on it. I'm pretty sure I shall take her to the prison. I'll stay there with her. I'll be safer there. She's been in that prison for so long, and so have I. Is it really worth it? Worth staying there? Worth being in that prison again? Worth being a prisoner in my own prison? It'll be safer there. I think the heat has died down a little bit, so I plan on taking Marina somewhere. I brought her a cellmate. She'd asked me for one earlier. I just didn't think that anything would help. She enjoyed the company and she enjoyed talking to them, and I guess it would help the other prisoners get through their torture and get through their imprisonment. I don't know where we'll go yet, but I'm sure that she'll be happy there. Her cellmate has moved to another room and Marina is alone again. There was something good that did happen today, though. When we went to dinner to see my parents, the guard at the door, he said goodnight to her. I think they're finally accepting her as my wife and finally accepting me as her husband. She's a person to them again. And that's all that matters. Today was rough. There was this one girl who just kept writing on the walls, "Death to Khomeini," and "Khomeini is a murderer." I knew she'd be executed soon if someone didn't help her, so I hated to ask Marina this, but I sent her to her room. I thought maybe if she could talk some sense into her that she wouldn't be murdered. Executed. Is what I'm doing right? Killing these teenagers? Killing these girls? After I brought her to her cell, I asked Marina to come with me for a little bit, and we ate and talked, but she even asked me if I wanted to know anything about the girl, or wanted to know if she was being progressive. I really didn't care. I'm just so tired. I still am tired. I just don't know if what I've been doing with my life all this time is right anymore. I took Marina back to her cell, and Mina, the prisoner who was with her, was gone. I mad at taking her. I tried as much as I could. I talked with him, yet he said that he hit her head on the floor and died. Was he the one who killed her, or was it an accident? I went back to the cell and Marina was crying. She yelled at me, she screamed at me. She told me she hated me again. She said that I didn't try hard enough. I'm the only one who could do anything for her, and I'm the only one who can do anything for them. And I didn't try hard enough? She doesn't get it. I left. I didn't say a single word to her. I just walked out of the room. I was so angry. I could have hurt her again. And that's something I don't want to do. I think I just need to take a little bit of time away from her, just for now. I need to get my head straight. I've scheduled a retrial for Marina, and I also told her that her friend, Sarah, had gotten sentenced to 8 years instead of life in prison. She began to yell at me, but then something had changed. She smiled at me and she apologized. She told me that I did the best I could. She said that she wouldn't know what to do without me. You have no idea how happy that made me feel. It was the nicest thing she'd ever said to me. Maybe she's beginning to love me. Maybe one day she'll actually say the words to me. Maybe one day she'll love me as much as I love her. They changed her sentence from life in prison to only 3 years. I guess being married to one of the members of the high-ranking officers in Evan was a plus. The retrial was quick, and that's all that matters. I don't think she understands how lucky she is. I decided I'd take Marina on a vacation. I know how dangerous this would be, considering that the assassination order would still be out there, but it was going to be our first anniversary, and I thought I'd do something nice for her. I have to admit, this probably isn't my smartest decision, but I want to do this. For her. When we arrived at the cottage, we spoke, and I told her that she would be released very, very soon. I also asked if she still hated me. The word hate, it cut me deeper than any blade could ever cut me. She said no. I asked her if she loved me, and I knew the answer would be no, but something else was different. She told me she didn't know. She gave me her reasons, and I agreed with her. It just seems like things are going up and up. I think soon she'll really care about me. I woke up this morning and she was gone. I don't know what happened, she just went up and left. I was so afraid. I thought she could have killed herself, or she just ran away from me. We're in the middle of nowhere. She could have been picked up by anybody. She could have been picked up by Andre, but I waited at the gates. And I stood there and I cried. And then I saw her coming over the ridge, and she walked over to me. She came back. She came back for me. I just picked her up and I brought her, and I just held her. I didn't want to let her go. Those moments were the worst moments of my life, but then when I had her in my arms again, I felt peaceful. I felt that warm feeling of just being welcome and being loved. I know she can't say it, but I think she really does love me. Maybe not the way she loves Andre, but maybe she loves me somehow. This is a very quick entry. I just wanted to say that Marina is pregnant. I just can't wait to tell everybody. It's so exciting. I know that one day my child will be watching these, and hopefully he'll be proud. This is the greatest day of my life. I'm resigning from Evan. I've tried to change things there so many times, and no one will listen to me. So I think that just getting away from this place would be great for Marina and our child. I promised her a perfect life, and I know that soon I'll be able to give it to her. It's so incredible. I know that this may leave some unwanted things, but I'm sure that I'll be fine. I hope that I'll be fine. In my last entry, I spoke of how everything would be fine, but I think I spoke too soon. I'm taking this entry just in case that I'm going to pass away soon. I leave all of my possessions to Marina and our child. I just hope that one day you'll witness these videos and you'll be proud of who I was. Because I know that I would be proud of you if I can witness you growing up. I just want Marina to be happy. I want you to be happy. My sweet child. I may have done terrible things in the past at Evan, but I'm a changed man now, and that's all that matters. I just want to wish you a good life with your mother. And I want to wish you a perfect life away from imprisonment, Marina. I just want to wish all my friends, my family, to have a good life. 'Cause I had a good life. I had a good life.
Ali died on the day of September 26, 1983. On his grave, he was said to be one of Islam's brave soldiers. Through a time of war, he was gunned down by his own government that he loved and protected. Through the want for change, he is now forever asleep.